Good morning, hope you've had a great week. Let's catch up on some Pokemon cards. We'll start up with some news. Then I got a couple graded card returns that I want to show you. We'll wrap it up with everything that I've picked up this week. And then if you stick around to the end, I've got something I've never talked about on this channel before. We've had a crazy week this week with Inferno X releasing in Japanese and Phantasmal Flames not due to come out for another month, but we're already seeing some crazy stuff going on. We've got somebody pulling a hyper rare, the gold Mega Charizard from a Mega Evolutions pack, which just is mind-boggling to me. Kind of saw some of that with Destined Rivals, at least with some early access to packs and some leaks of the cards because of that. But we've also seen Phantasmal Flames packs inside of the Mega Evolutions 3-pack blisters, which is crazy. And then we've got another instance of someone pulling the new Meowth illustration rare. Now this card's going to be really hot because previously this card was only in Japanese, and I think also maybe you could pull it in Korean, but now it's going to be in English, and this is going to be a hot chase for a lot of people. It's really popular because it has a reference to the Pokemon Center from the video games in the background of art of the card. Keep an eye on this card. I can't wait to pick up my copy. We've also got this crazy story about this PSA eBay listing of a legendary collection reverse holo Growlithe, and they've got it graded as a 10 on their account, so they're selling it. We don't really know who owns the card, we just know PSA is selling it. So it could have been one of these programs where you send the card to PSA and they grade it and sell it for you. So the front of the card looks pretty good, but the back of it is just ridiculous. There's no way this should have been a 10. PSA responded pretty quick to this. They took down the eBay listing, they removed this shirt, and it's gone. I'm always keeping track of these repacks. There's any number of them and they're popping up all the time. And I've mentioned before that some of these packages just are a little too close to official Pokemon products. But we've got one that takes it to a whole nother level. It's using the official 151 mini tin. These mini tins, when you buy them on shelves, you buy them from any kind of vendor, it's just the mini tin. There's no additional labeling or any kind of thing on the front. You have to look at the back and then you get a sticker with some of the contents. But from the front, it looks exactly like the official 151 mini tins. But when you flip it over, you look at the back, it's got that third-party sticker on it, and you can see it comes with a trick or trade pack. It comes with a holo card and a coin or something like that. And they're selling them for 17 bucks, and it's got maybe like $2 or $3 worth of stuff inside. Anyways, I think that one is definitely crossing the line of deceiving the customers. Okay, let's talk about release schedule. A couple Fridays ago, Inferno X came out in Japan. I gotta say the price of these Japanese boosters is just getting crazy. You can get a box right now for about 130, 135 on eBay. So usually the English set comes out pretty soon after the Japanese release. So in English, it's gonna be Phantasmal Flames. But that set doesn't come out till November. That's right before we get into the craze with the shopping season on Black Friday. And we're hearing rumors that the distribution of this, at least to local hobby shops, is about half of that as Mega Evolutions. So based on the popularity of Mega Evolutions, and this is going to be the Charizard set, I have a bad feeling about this. This is going to be a really hard product to find. Maybe it's just getting allocated to the big box stores. Maybe there's special promos, Black Friday deals, something like that. Fingers crossed, we can hope, we can dream. I just think that buying Pokemon going into this holiday season and trying to pick up Pokemon is going to be extremely frustrating. So be patient out there, and we'll keep following it up till release, but hopefully we get some good news soon. All right, this week we got 3 graded card returns. Super excited about this. We actually sent these off through a local card shop, and this is the first time using them, just like supporting the local hobby shop over GameStop. First up, we've got this beautiful Team Rocket Moltres EX SIR, and this card is one of the chase cards from Destined Rivals, but this one was actually pulled by my wife. It's actually a cool little story. She found some packs at a dollar store when she was traveling, and we did a little FaceTime, and I got to see her pull this one live. Holy moly! And we got a 10 on this one. That is incredible. Now the value of this guy has been hit a little bit because it did announce the Team Rocket Moltres UPC, and it does have this card guaranteed in that UPC, but it does have a stamp, and historically the stamp versions are typically more valuable. But I'm very happy to add this one to the collection. Okay, this is the Ins Reshiram from Journey Together. It's a card you could pull from the set, but the stamp version is the promo from the booster box. I think what happened here is I had a couple of these. I picked up a few, and I picked the best one, but I wasn't so sure it was gonna 10. You can see the centering there is a little off. Most promos, since they're produced kind of en masse, they do have a lower gem rate, so it's a little bit harder to get a 10 on them. But let's give it a shot, and we got a 9 on this one. So not super upset that we only got a 9 on this one. It was kind of a long shot. I'm gonna be keeping this one as the 9 and putting it in the personal collection. And last up, we've got something from Lorcana. This was very hard for us to pull an enchanted card from Arcasia's Island. They did change up the enchanteds, a bit controversial on this set, and they've since kind of gone away from this design. We've had really good luck with the Lorcana cards getting graded, so let's take a look if this one continues the streak. And it does. We got another 10, Wreck-It Ralph, Ham Hands, perfect for the personal collection. All right, next up, I want to take a look at some of the cards that I picked up this week. This is the Mega Evolutions ETB promo from the Lucario box, the Riolu. I probably overpaid for this, but I saw a clean copy. Now that it's in my hand, I don't think it's a 10. So now I have both the Alakazam and the Riolu promos. Okay, this one is pretty awesome. I've been wanting to pick this one up for a while, and I actually saw this one on vacation, and I'm gonna look at it a little bit closer, but this one might be a candidate for getting off this ungraded. But that kind of defeats the purpose, because I also picked up the Growlithe, which does kind of make this combo of the top down. But you can see it's the perspective from Perrin down here, and then the perspective from Growlithe up there. So a cool little combination. Next up, I picked up this really cool Lucario EX. I'm not that familiar with these XY cards, but as I'm finding out about them, there's just a lot that I really like the artwork on and want to pick up for my collection. Unfortunately, these cards are pretty dang expensive by now, so I am getting some kind of more beat up copies, not as mint, just so I can have those in my binder. All right, next up, I picked up a couple more illustration rares. This one is actually from another card shop that I checked out on vacation. They gave me a business card and said, hey, we sell online too. So I found them on TCG Player. We got this Throw illustration rare from Black Bolt. We got this Larvitar, little stinky poo from Obsidian Flames. This Armarouge, just really like this Pokemon base set. We got the Destined Rivals Genghis Khan, which featured earlier in this video with that Destined Rivals leak. And this pretty cool Reboot card from Stellar Crown. Rotom from Destined Rivals. Got this Suian Samurott V-Star, a little Snorlax V. All right, another interesting one. This is the only Lorcana card that we picked up this week, but this is the Tamatoa, Happy as a Clam. And this is just a regular old legendary, but it was the very last card that we needed to finish our base set. Also found out about this card pretty recently, this Raichu EX. And with Raichu getting the Mega form, I thought it'd be a good time to pick this up. This is just a 9, but again, cool card, and it's protected in the case. Another little card I'm just finding out about, kind of a sucker for picking up cards I just find about, but this is a computer error. It's a promo, Black Star promo from the Pokemon League. And I actually got this one from the local card shop, the same shop I sent those cards off to get graded. All right, next up, we've got a couple cards I traded for. So this is a Snorlax from Dark Phantasma, only an 8. We just needed a little something more to make the trade work. And then the main thing I wanted to trade for, this is the Arceus V full art, and it is a 10, PSA 10, and this is my son's favorite Pokemon. So I was really happy to pick this one up for him and add to his graded card collection, this actually being his very first graded card. So he was super excited about this and is going to put it up in his room. I also forgot this one. I also picked this guy up in the same train deal, the Galvantula EX CGC 10. I really like what I call the confetti kind of birthday cake design, the Full Art EX series. And I thought this was a pretty cool one. Threw that in the trade to make the deal work. And this is all the cards that we pulled this week from what we ripped. So we got this little Dragapult EX with the little Full Art shiny Pokemon background. Love this series too. We got the Cofagrigus illustration rare from White Flare. I think it's a pretty cool card. Got an Acerola's Mischief, and if you've been following the channel, this is actually the 3rd copy of this card. I traded off one, and I'm going to be selling this one. My wife pulled this one, super excited. This is our first kind of big hit from Mega. We got the Mega Mawile EX. Oh, we got a Lorcana card here. We pulled, this is the latest set of Lorcana, the Fabled. This is a really hot set right now. You may have heard about it, but if you see it, I definitely recommend picking it up. They changed it up. They added some new rarities. This is the new Epic rarity that they added, which I think is super cool. It's just a little bit lower of a hit than the Enchanteds. And one little bonus section, here are the things that I'm looking out for, the things I think are currently undervalued. I'm going to be picking up more of these copies. I've started a little bit of a singles investment. Probably not a great idea, not something I'd advise, but just something I'm enjoying right now. So this is a Shindiconda Magneton illustration rare, and this is actually a promo from the Surging Sparks ETB. And I just think this is a no-brainer. Also, as a Charizard normie, I guess you could say, Charizard fan, no shame in the game. We are picking up a lot more of these Terra Charizards, especially with the SIR, Obsidian Flames Charizard, and Paldean Fates kind of popping off right now. I think these aren't far behind. This is just a hit from Obsidian Flames, same kind of artwork that you can see, it's just kind of reversed. So we picked up 3 of those promos and a couple of Charizards. Other than that, we're really focusing on the promos, still picking up more of the Sleeping Eevee promo, Charizard, Eevee, can't go wrong with those. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm glad you got to see me. See you next week. And always remember, Clobber's gonna clob!